Guys, Martin here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the STR Super Vegeta in the Omega Shenron stage. Now, interestingly enough, there is no super attack in slot 1. This guy is... we got neither of the Vegetas on the first turn. What a terrible start. However, we can have... Look at that. These guys share all 7 links. That's crazy. I mean, I think this Vegeta does have better defense overall, right? So, although annoyingly, we can't pick up a lot of orbs with him. Damn, he needs 7 orbs to get an additional super. If I do this, is that going to let us get all the greens? Let Super Vegeta go first. There we go. Perfect. Can we get the AGL orbs for King Vegeta, though? We cannot. Alright, well, King Vegeta will get the buffs he gets on Super because there's a Vegeta on rotation, as well as then having at least half of the damage reduction. But so Super Vegeta, of course, attacking without being hit first. We do remember he needs to do 2 super attacks to get fully built up. But finally, in the first time, I think in these couple of showcases, we did actually get the additional super. So 19 million with another addition, a guaranteed crit. So that's his passive fully built up now as well. That's actually super good. Damn, it's a shame he didn't take a super there, because after a double super and getting hit once to get that defense buff, I think he would have tanked that super, I guess, especially because Tech Omega doesn't exactly hit the hardest. Would have tanked it for double digits, but is he seriously saving the super for King Vegeta? Bruh. Well, my man only has 18% damage reduction. He does get the big buff for having a Vegeta on rotation when he attacks, so I don't think he's going to get, like... Yeah, oh, never mind. My goat. I was going to say, he's not going to take crazy damage. Man just basically took double digits. I swear, this King Vegeta, he is by far, in my opinion, the best banner unit. Like, he's just so good. Right, now you stunned as the final attack of the turn, so I think this Omega does have a fairly low super attack cooldown thing, but I'm pretty sure that means he can't attack in slot 1 here. So we do get to get our attacks off. As we've said many times before, that is the worst thing about this Omega event, in my opinion, is you want to get your units built up at the beginning so that they're strong enough for the later stages, but then you put your units in slot 1 and they get instantly stunned or sealed from a slot 1 super. Even if they tank it, right? Even if they take double digit damage, it's the fact that they then can't attack. And you miss out on all of those stacks, which for the Tech Vegeta, it's not like he needs to have stacked up a load to be good defensively in this event, but it's just disappointing when you are missing out on those stacks, of course. So Trunks able to get some extra attacks in here. I mean, we're doing quite well. Sometimes this Tech Omega, especially if he is stunning your slot 1 unit on a fairly regular basis, I find sometimes this tech phase can take a lot longer than you expect, but we are absolutely flying through here. So Vegeta going to get his additionals off. If he doesn't get the kill here, I imagine he's probably going to super in the final slot again as the last attack, because it'll be strange. I mean, sometimes he doesn't super in the turn. There you go. So, right, we get transformation from you. Who have we got on this rotation? No one who's really super good in slot 1. So let's go for this. So all links active. We've got 400k defense when our stats are fully built up. The only problem is if he gets hit. He does have guard, of course, for these first couple of turns. If he's getting hit in slot 1, though, that would be kind of awkward. But, well, I say hit if he's getting supered. Because he might tank it, but he'll then also get stunned or sealed. So let's see. What does he take in slot 1 from Tech Omega? Guard, 400k defense. He still takes 128k. It's not the worst, but I suppose that does allow the physical Vegeta here to get some supers off again as well. But, I mean, yeah, that's not terrible. That definitely could have been worse. It would have been nice for him to, like, take a normal attack first, of course, to get that extra bit of a defensive buff. But now we move past the first phase and we don't have to worry about getting stunned. And this is where we then kind of follow the same sort of trajectory we were talking about with the Zamasu events, right? Where now, if he gets hit by the AoE, he's going to get that getting hit before he attacks buff, despite not having to be in slot 1. And that's where he starts to work perfectly alongside this new Vegeta. Also, look at this. All the AoEs are in slot 3. So Vegeta should tank this quite nicely, because he's already got a couple of stacks here. So yeah, well, double digit damage. then Trunks doesn't have to worry about getting supered, and then King Vegeta will have supered at the end before we get any AoEs. What a great RNG run this has been so far. So yeah, we absolutely take those. Now, the only downside with this team build, as we started to get some more buffs, like we've got the Super Vegeta on the team, we don't have a Goku on the team at all, which means we are missing out on that chance to get the extra super with Vegeta in base to stack him up that little bit quicker. But unfortunately, when it comes to global, the current build of this team doesn't really have a really good Goku, because God Goku doesn't get his intro buff because you've got 2 extreme units with the Vegetas, and if you're bringing the King Vegeta, another extreme unit as well, so he doesn't get his intro animation. JP, of course, has the STR Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito, who they're on his 200% leader skill as well. So I would say they're just a must run, right? They're just an auto include unit on this team, because they are super good anyway. And in base, they link decently well with the base Vegeta. Then once he transforms and doesn't need a Goku on rotation anymore, that's kind of around the time you're potentially transforming them into Vegito. You get the Scouter, which means you then know exactly where to put Vegeta on the rotation for him to tank the super. So yeah, I would say he's like an auto-include on the Vegeta team. So that's probably one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to the anniversary, outside of the new units themselves. But as a big Vegeta fan and a fan of this team, I am very much looking forward to that. So we can see here the group attack now is in the middle slot. So, how do I want to do this? I do want him to get hit first. I want to see these buffs. I guess we'll get another rotation of him before we get to the end. I think in terms of keeping this Vegeta from getting annihilated, I probably want to have him go before the AoEs. And of course, ideally hope that we still get super attacked on the Vegeta, Tech Vegeta here. Because physical Vegeta, I mean, he's probably just dead, right, if we take a super this turn. It's the only unfortunate thing. Transforming Vegeta, you can kind of get away with getting him up a few stages of transformation, and then you get to Int Omega, and he can look pretty good. Perfect. But yeah, obviously he could get tagged by STR Omega. It'd be pretty brutal, but now we should be okay. I don't know how well he tanks the normals, to be honest, post-super, but we got enough orbs as well to get the additional super again. So his defense should be relatively good. I don't think we'll die to... I mean, we've got 600k HP currently. So from the AoE, it takes 112. Super Vegeta gets the dodge. Are you serious? Oh, he is still taking 100k from normals. Damn. Alright, well, Super Vegeta. Can you believe my Super Vegeta has 6 dodge? And I put him in slot 3 so he could get hit. And then he didn't get hit. But there's the additional super again. So, double 19 mil attack stats, guaranteed crit. I mean, ideally you don't want him to dodge, I suppose. But, like, crit in the hidden potential is completely pointless. So mine is built for full additional. And then the 2 nodes in the hidden potential tree that are crit or dodge, I just gave him dodge, right? So, alright, so let's do this. I think we need to get ourselves some HP, as much HP back as we can on this turn. So I'm going to use the active skills here. And then I'm going to grab... Okay, well, we can't get any same type orbs, really, so we're not exactly going to be getting back HP, are we? I suppose I could do... this. And then I'll pop a Yema here, just so we're not going to take any damage this turn specifically. Get a little bit of HP back for the boys. Because no one should be able to take damage this turn. Because with the damage reduction that these characters have already anyway, plus then Yema on top, no one's going to take any damage. And then we can see if Super Vegeta can cook on this next turn. We'll get him the... we'll use his active skill. We'll have the other Tech Vegeta in slot 1 transformed. The only problem is, actually, I should have thought really ahead that, like, King Vegeta, when it comes to the AoEs against STR Omega, would be fine. But he probably does get clapped by the in Omega AoEs. I think I didn't bring him on the team when I did the initial... Tech Vegeta versus Omega showcase when he first came out, like before the EZAs and everything. So that could be a little bit scary potentially. But I mean, I guess we do have the other Yema if we want to use it. We'll be on turn 7, which means that the That's the other thing, is Super Vegeta, the STR Super Vegeta, won't have his guard now. And this is one of the things I was saying, when people were talking about how Super Vegeta, you know, is going to be a god on Global because these 2 events that we have, the hardest events, are a bit shorter than some of the anniversary ones. But especially if you're getting stunned a lot in the first phase by Tech Omega, which we didn't even really have happen that much here in this run. But you can quite easily get to, you know, where we are now, where it's going to be turn 7. So STR Super Vegeta doesn't have guard anymore, which means the AoEs from the Int Omega are a little bit more scary. Especially because we are on such low HP. I think that's one of the big things missing from this team that will make it great, which funnily enough, again, comes back to the STR Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito, where we need a heal. Like, imagine if on this next rotation we had them, we could just fuse into Vegito, could see where the super attack was. Obviously Vegito will counter the AoEs as well as any other normals without taking much damage. Tech Vegeta won't take any damage, and then it will just be a case of Super Vegeta. Now, without guard and start of turn defense, I don't know how much damage he would take from the Omega AoEs, but he's going to be looking at what? He's around 400k start of turn, so I mean, he would tank reasonably well. Oh, of course, he's not on this turn. I suppose, I guess that's the perfect opportunity. I'll just use the Yemma again then, huh? So if I do this, and then how many orbs does God Vegeta need? I know he needs less as he goes up the forms. Oh, thank goodness it is only 5, because I want to make sure we get the AGL orbs for King Vegeta. Well, that works out quite nicely, because I'll just use the other Yemma, so it means we're not going to take damage on this turn, and then when we have Super Vegeta in on the next turn, that will just be a normal itemless turn, and we'll see how well he does in terms of taking that AoE. But because yeah, I didn't transform this Vegeta because we don't want to kill him, and God Vegeta will do some pretty decent damage. I suppose, to be fair, I guess I didn't really need to get the orbs with the God Vegeta, but I mean, I guess that is the thing you have to think about, like in terms of, I wanted to showcase Super Vegeta against Omega here, but in certain situations, like we tried to do, although he dodged the AoE, floating him off in that situation probably was a smart idea to see the buff. Although, I guess, would you rather keep the physical one or keep him on rotation and float the physical one off at that point? Potentially. But of course, having the physical one, having physical transforming Vegeta, once he gets up to the God and Blue stages, having him on the rotation against the Int Omega is probably better than having Super Vegeta whose guard has run out, like just in case, right? But it's always going to be situational, because Super Vegeta obviously does a ton more damage. Like, his damage is actually crazy, but I really wish his active skill gave defense. I feel like that would be something that could have really improved. Like, you get to that turn where his guard runs out, but then you pop his active skill and he gets a big defense buff, because the active skill obviously is multiplicative, right? So if there's only one attack in slot 1, do I risk it for the biscuit? Man, that's good. It's tough. Do we risk it? Because if it's a super, we are just dead immediately. If it's not, we get to see Super Vegeta do some big damage. Because otherwise the AoE's in the middle again, and I feel like if I do this, we just end up killing him before Super Vegeta gets to attack. So I guess we'll risk it. And the end of the video is either going to be a triumphant climactic finish, dramatic finish fighter style, or it's going to be, well, look what happens when you put Super Vegeta in slot 1 and he doesn't have guard anymore. So come on, Omega, just this, just for the one time, just for us, for the sake of the showcase, don't do it. Don't you do it. Because I'm going to end it. We're going to accept it regardless. Okay, good. So yeah, 183k, but then he drops a 33.5 million attack stat, which is pretty good. Yeah, big damage. And we get the additional super again. So 233 million guaranteed crit. That's pretty good. Although, will he kill him here? Ooh, we could still get super and get killed. Yup. So post super he tanks for double digit damage. So, I mean, the smart thing to do, because if we are, of course, trying to showcase Super Vegeta, so obviously the smart thing to do would have not been to put Super Vegeta in slot 1. I mean, we would have won the run if we just used the Sword of Hope, put Tech Trunks in slot 1, then put Tech Vegeta in slot 1, put Super Vegeta in slot 2, but, you know, wanted to try and get that cheeky last super attack in. But yeah, Super Vegeta, he is good. Once that guard runs out, that's where things start to become a little bit of an issue. But in some of the shorter events, he is definitely going to be very powerful. And then once we get to the anniversary content, the longer events, he's not going to be very good in. But the team is going to get some really big buffs. And I talked about it before, right? Like the physical, the LR Carnival Gogeta. He's a Super Saiyan, right? Because he transforms into blue. He'll be on the Super Saiyan's team. He'll be on Vegeta's leader skill. Once you get to the turn where the guard runs out, you could then use his target ability. Now that means that Super Vegeta won't be getting hit to get the start of turn attack buff, or well, the on-hit attack buff. But it also means he can't take any damage. So if you get to the turn where his guard runs out, you then let Gogeta take all the attacks and dodge them all. This guy is still doing, as we saw, if he's not getting hit first, he's still dropping like a 19 million, that was without support, with a guaranteed crit. And then if he's getting the additional as well, like he's still contributing quite a decent amount of damage. It's just that his defense is not going to be the best once that guard runs out. So that is something that you obviously need to be careful of. But let me know what you guys think of Super Vegeta down below in the comment section. When the Movie Bosses Red Zone 2 starts coming out soon for Global, be interesting to see how well he does in those earlier stages. Because once we start getting to like Red Zone Golden Frieza that comes out with the anniversary, the toughest part of that fight is AGL, and his guard will have run out by then. So that's where he's going to start to become unusable. And then, of course, we get the Gogeta and Beast events from like the Blue Zone and stuff like that. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on Super Vegeta down below. I've definitely had fun using it. It's nice seeing, you know, big attack stat, guaranteed crit. Pretty fun. But yeah, this team's going to get significant buffs in the future. Maybe Super Vegeta doesn't make the cut after that, but I guess we will see. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.